It's time for another edition of 2K Simulator screwing us over, and this time it's going to be centered around Malik Monk. Depending on what website you look at, he's either a shooting guard or a point guard for the Kentucky Wildcats, putting up over 20 points per game. If you're wondering where the headband went, it's because I accidentally deleted the file after I drafted him, so I had to redo this. Also, if you're wondering why Serge Ibaka's on the Miami Heat, don't worry, we'll get there. But Malik seems like a natural scorer out of Kentucky, from pretty much everywhere on the floor. And I think the one thing people noticed the most about him immediately was his athleticism, his speed, and ability to score in the open floor and attack the basket, even though he has a thin frame and he's not very tall at only 6'3 or 6'4. And he's put on quite a bit of highlight reels, actually, with his verticality that you can find on YouTube. But his year in Kentucky shows he's a natural scorer, shooting nearly 40% from three, including having a game recently where he put up nearly 50 points. Malik seems like a guy who can walk into the NBA and put up a lot of buckets, and we're going to see what can happen if the Miami Heat draft him. He does need to work on his all-around game, specifically his defense, and Miami is in a pretty weird situation at the moment because they have some young prospects, Josh Richardson at the shooting guard position, who his rookie season, he was actually a knockdown shooter and fit in pretty nicely to their wing rotation. But now that Dwayne Wade, Joe Johnson, and Luol Deng, holy hell, who the hell didn't leave this team, are now gone, can he elevate himself to being more than just a spot shooter? We're going to find out. The other young, exciting prospect is Justice Winslow, and why the hell is 2K moving so damn slow? Do you see how slow that's going? I didn't change anything in the video. Why the hell is 2K going in slow motion? Justice Winslow. He's got really nice hair. And that's the first thing I said about him because I don't frickin' know. He's really progressed on his playmaking and his ball handling ability. Of course, the defense is the calling card. That's the reason to be excited about him, is because pretty much day one he was already a quality NBA defender. Not perfect, but pretty damn good. And the rest of his game is progressing. The only thing is that the jumper, because his percentages are pretty ugly and he's not very intimidating from pretty much anywhere that's not inside the paint. So we're going to be getting him in the gym, or the player training thing, whatever the hell it's called in 2K. And we're going to hope that he can become at least a decent enough shooter to where you can't just leave him wide open and basically turn into 5-on-4 basketball. Malik Monk's shooting will also help this out a lot. And now Goran, look at how slow this is. We're like moving underwater. This is so damn slow. And now we got Goran Dragic, who, depending on who you're talking to, some people believe he could be traded. And that was actually what I was going to plan on doing for this video. And then I did some research on the Miami Heat salary cap situation, combined with just how much the NBA cap is going to be rising. We don't actually have to give up Dragic. We actually still have an opportunity to acquire another quality piece. You'll see what I'm talking about. But Dragic's having a hell of a season for Miami right now, as he's pretty much their only creator and the one real source of offense they have on the perimeter. And given that he's only 30 years old, he has a few good seasons left in him, and if we don't have to give him up, I would prefer not to, and you will see that I did find a way to do that for the sake of this thing. And then, of course, there's the star player of the team, Hassan Whiteside, one of the most intimidating shot blockers and rim protectors in the NBA today. He's mastered the art of running, jumping, dunking, setting screens, rebounding, all those things that an athletic center like him can just do. Given that he is 27, do I expect him to develop a real low post game and all that? No, but you know what? For what he can do, he'll definitely make us better. There's also Tyler Johnson, who is a combo guard that we can use off the bench. A ball handler, can also hit from outside. He's a good dude. But now to this. Look at the expiring contracts we have. We have about $12 million there. Wayne Ellington has a team option that we're going to dump. And then there's Josh McRoberts on a player option. And I'm going to tell you now, I suck. And I didn't actually record us trading him, but I traded him to the Milwaukee Bucks for like a second-round pick. So we have a lot of salary going away, as well as the cap going up, which gives us enough money to sign Serge Ibaka. You can go do the math on Basketball Reference right now. So that's how we got Ibaka on the team. I pretty much spoiled that in the first clip of the video, but it's okay. So with Ibaka at the power forward position, that gives us a pick and roll option with Dragic, as well as someone who can stretch the floor, create some more spacing. But think about it defensively, because Ibaka moves around the floor very well with pick and roll defense and help defense, combined with Whiteside's rim protection. Could be a pretty damn intimidating defensive front line. So here's a rotation for you early on. Josh Richardson is going to start because, I don't know, Monk's a rookie and I'm honoring some BS NBA honor code that doesn't make any sense because I'm playing a video game, but hey, you know what? Don't worry about it. Shout out to Rashawn Holmes. We're going to look at the first month. If Richardson is just straight booty and then Monk is actually decent, maybe we'll make a switch. And you can see right now that we are painfully average, which is basically me in real life. We're not bad, we're not good, we're just there. And we might as well look at the numbers. Richardson, 11.5 points, shooting well from 3. I mean, he's okay. Nothing to marvel at, but not bad either. So how's Monk doing? Well, it's a pretty good rookie season, but I think for the sake of winning right now, given that 3-point percentage not being the best, I guess we can keep Richardson in the game. And now, to get through the simulator, which by the way, nothing really crazy happens in this first year, let's read some NBA puns that I got off of Reddit, because I need something to fill space here. There's one that's called Granny Danger, which is I guess a joke at the fact that Danny Granger got bad really quickly after his injury. I guess that pun's okay. It might kind of suck, I don't know. We won 35 games in our first season. And it's basically because we have no source of real offense. You know, the individual performances were pretty okay. I mean, Monk, for a rookie, 12-4 on not awful percentages. That's a pretty damn good rookie season. And then right under him, I had to yell at Justice Winslow not to shoot any three-pointers, but his percentages overall are good. Individually, we were okay. You know, Dragic put up a solid amount of points, and Richardson was cool from 3, and Justice Winslow got better on pretty much everything except for the 3-point shot, which we don't expect to just blow up out of nowhere. But overall, it was just I guess here's hoping Malik can just really blow up for us. Maybe if I give him the headband back, maybe that'll do it, because it'll be like the reverse of LeBron. Because remember when LeBron took the headband off and then he became even more God tier? Maybe it's the other way around with Malik. Which, by the way, I don't actually give him the headband back. Maybe I should, though. I don't know. Just out of respect. Also, 1, Justice Winslow's shooting getting there. 2, you saw Chris Bosh there for a second if you were paying attention. Which, if you're like me, there's no way you were paying attention. I barely pay attention while I make these things. What am I talking about? Year 2, Malik's going to start this year because we need an offensive burst, and he didn't have the best season, but I think he can be okay. And also, Justice, hopefully the shooting is to a point where we can creep up his tendencies a little bit, because offensively we were struggling to generate points last season, and we got to turn that thing around because, I don't know if you know this, but you kind of have to put the ball in the basket when you play basketball. So his mid-range as well as his 3-point tendency, they're creeping up a little bit. I don't want him jacking them up. I don't want him to channel his inner Dion Waiters, but, you know, hopefully Winslow can be okay. Richardson, please don't catch any feelings that you're coming off the bench. And similar to last time, first off, we're 8th in the league, so 2K better not be lying to me right now and acting like we're not going to be that good. And who do I need to talk to so 2K stops trolling me? Do I got to talk to Ronnie? Do I got to talk to LD2K, the developers, iPod King Carter? Who do I got to speak to about this? Also, Winslow can't hit a shot worth, I can't think of a word, but he can't shoot right now. So he's not making it. Malik Monk's going to the bench because he also can't make anything. Let's try to do this thing over with Josh Richardson starting. And let me drop another pun on you because why the hell not? Someone on Reddit came up with, what did Phil Jackson name his kidney stone? Kobe Bryant, because it never passed. Now that's pretty decent. It's not entirely true because Kobe averaged over 5 assists for like 7+ years and he averaged nearly 5 for his whole career. But it's a decent enough joke. You know, we can laugh at it. Although my monologue of the joke has since ruined the joke. And also our lack of a real offensive source is kind of ruining our record. I mean, Whiteside's averaging 16 and 17, which is pretty damn cool. But, we just can't score. Maybe I should have traded Dragic anyway. It's not like Ibaka's doing much. But hey, we still made the playoffs, and if you've ever played 2K before, you know that some crazy 8th seed upsets can happen. And if you look at the timestamp on the video, there's not too much time left in this thing, so maybe we go on a heroic playoff run, and that's the way I end this thing out. That'd be a hell of a way for this to happen. You know, the 8th seeded Heat, who are tough-minded but just have trouble generating offense, squeak by into the playoffs, and then deliver the biggest upset in the history of the NBA. You ready for it? I'm not saying it's happening, but it very well could, so, you know, edge of your seat stuff right here. We get swept. What the hell am I talking about? Did you think 2K was going to hand us that one? You know 2K doesn't want me to have any fun. We made the finals like once when doing these. Actually, we made it twice, but we've never actually gotten close to winning the damn thing. Let me throw way too much money at Whiteside, and well, I'd say these are fair contracts given how much the salary cap is going to go up. Hey, Winslow's kind of okay on his overall shooting now. I've realized that open mid-range and open three-pointer are not enough for you to actually be efficient. I wish 2K would make a tendency for, like, guys just to spot up and nothing else. Maybe they do, and I don't know how to read. Malik Monk, he's got to start this time. 3rd time's a charm, right? We're the 6th best team in the NBA according to 2K. We should have the 2nd best offense and a mid-tier defensive one. Malik, this is the year you got to blow up, man. This is your 3rd season. You came in supposed to be a shooter. You really haven't been able to hit from outside yet, although you did have a nice scoring season. I got a good feeling about this year. Or maybe I don't. Maybe I'm just selling you it like I just tried to sell you the Cavaliers upset where we got swept. Nah, I think we'll be good. You know, we got a shooter in Malik. We got Winslow's getting better at creating. Whiteside still a beast inside the paint. Here's where it's going to happen. And also, I have another joke for you. Not a pun, but a joke. It's, something I heard once was when Rick Carlisle takes Raymond Felton out of the game, he benches 500 pounds. It's a joke to say that Felton's really fat and, you know, he gets benched. It's a whole thing. You get what I'm saying. Freaking Reddit, man. Sometimes it's great and sometimes it's what the hell are you even looking at? There's my social commentary about the internet, and we suck. So this was, what was this? What was this video? What was this moment in time that we shared together where we managed to get to the 8th seed once, and Winslow actually became a decent enough three-point shooter finally. Hopefully we all learned something in the end. It's kind of like those Oscar-winning movies that just are boring as hell. I'm not saying this video is boring as hell. I mean, it might be, I don't know. But hopefully we all learned something in the end, and maybe we'll win an Oscar because of that. Miami Heat fans, if you draft Malik Monk, I'm sure it's going to be okay. I'm sure Justice Winslow isn't going to take, into his 5th season or something to finally be able to hit threes. I think this would end up being pretty good for you. But according to 2K, if you do it, you are going to be pretty mediocre. Malik's never really going to take off too much of anything. And Serge Ibaka is apparently going to be a member of the Heat getting really damn overpaid. Also, shout out to Chris Bosh because, well, he's a good guy.